Get this hair off my neck before I die. Oh, that feels so good. Air, breeze on the neck. Please. Okay, that's good. Oh shit, I missed a spot. Well, let's try it again. Let's try it again. Fat man does ponytail. Let's take the glasses off because I think those are impeding. Fat man gives himself a ponytail live on YouTube. Everybody, tune in. Come flying in here. Watch a fat man try and do a ponytail. Let's do it. Okay. It's gonna have to stay like that. Lump on the top and all. Howdy. Good evening, everybody. How's it going? I'm about to smoke a joint. Would you like to join me? You're invited if you would like to smoke a joint. All you need is your own joint. You're at work. Oh. Me too. Sounds like we have happy poll tonight. I don't know, man. I'm actually kind of struggling. Not that it matters, but yeah, I haven't been feeling great. It's just the heat, dude. I'm just dying of like slow but sure heat stroke. Any thoughts on the fallout of today? Interesting to watch the DNC scrambling. I mean, yeah, they're like 6 months late with this shit. I don't know why they weren't fucking. It just goes to show that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Because, like, this should have happened before the primary. I don't know why it didn't. And there are people saying, like, I tuned into Vosh's stream, like, for 5 seconds, and he was like, I'm going to see how long it takes for him to say something completely retarded. And he was like, actually, the Dems didn't hide a medical issue from us. They were just doing basic strategy. They thought their guy was bad at talking, so they didn't let him talk. And I was like, okay, let's say they did want to hide the guy. They did want to hide a medical issue. What would they have done differently? It's unbelievable. The Democrats weren't hiding a medical issue for the last fucking year. Nobody close to Biden had any clue that he was melting down. Nobody close to Biden had any clue that he was sundowning. They just thought he was bad at talking, and so they didn't want to put him in front of the camera. What the fuck, bro? That's the level of fucking political analysis that young audience is getting. Great. Great. They're gonna do wonderfully. I mean, it looks like they're going to try Kamala Harris. I don't think that's going to go over well. I get the feeling that there's going to be a third candidate. I made a tweet right before I started this about how AOC has pledged her unwavering and unequivocal support to 2 separate candidates for president in the past 2 weeks. And I think there's going to be a third. She just like fucking winging it, bro. Yeah, I'm riding with Biden. Okay, Biden sucks. I'm riding with Kamala. Okay, Kamala sucks. I'm riding with Hillary. It's like, fuck. All I know is that we actually have a chance now that Biden is out. Oh, yeah? What makes you think that? Is it the fact that Kamala Harris polls worse than Biden does in all the swing states? Is it that? What has given you the idea that you can go back to brunch and sip your latte and eat your fucking eggs Benedict now? You think it's safe? You think Kamala is safe? You think she's gonna blow Trump out? You think he can just kind of like kick back and go like, "Ooh, that was a close one"? Trump's still winning, bro. Trump still fucking runs straight away with it. Are you pro-Trump? Absolutely not. No. I'm a labor leftist. I don't vote for Democrats because they're Republicans. And I won't vote for Republicans because they're Republicans. And so I advocate for a third way. I advocate for the electorate to realize that the two-party system has been playing ping pong for the last 40 fucking years with every issue of note. And that if we want to get things done in this country, it's time to break the two-party system however we can. Mass protests, mass walkouts, mass sit-ins, mass strikes. It's time. It's time to take. Because kicking back and voting blue and then waiting for them to do it isn't working out. Crossing our fingers and hoping they'll actually come through with one thing isn't working out. So it's time. Hell yeah, I finally found a leftist streamer. Yay! I mean, you found yourself a doozy of a leftist streamer too. Because I'm to the left of most people who say they're leftist. I'm about as left as it gets. The most leftist. So who will the DNC support next? No, Gavin Newsom doesn't have a shot. Well, he does, but he wouldn't take it. Like, there's absolutely no way that Gavin Newsom wants to be tied to this ticket. He knows that this is a loser. So yeah, no Gavin Newsom. I get the feeling that if there's somebody, new blood being brought into it, it's going to be like, I talked to Destiny today, and he seemed to think that like pulling from one of these swing states, like a governor or a senator from one of these swing states, is probably what they're going to do for Veep. I don't know what they're going to do to get over the Kamala Harris hump. She literally dropped out before the primary, you know what I mean, in 2020. Like, literally nobody was going to vote for her. Nobody liked her. And I don't see how they think that that's going to be their front runner against Trump. So Trump still wins. And the Democrats still scrambling. Kamala, Josh Shapiro. Isn't Shapiro, who is he? Is he the Ohio governor? I'm trying to remember what he is. He's a governor, right? I don't remember. Kamala campaign slogan, do not come. Yeah, do not come. Pennsylvania. Yeah, they could really use a bump there. They're losing the fuck out of Pennsylvania to Trump. They're losing the fuck out of Pennsylvania or Michigan to Trump. Georgia is going to Trump. Arizona's going to Trump right now. Like, pretty much every swing state they need to make progress in is going Trump right now. So I have no clue where I'd fall on the political spectrum. If I'd lived in another Western country, I would have been raised completely differently, and I would be a different person today. By leftist, you don't necessarily mean command economy, right? More like strengthening labor with unionizing. I would consider that some sort of market force. Yeah, no, I'm a strong pro-laborist, strong unionist. I think that the American people should organize labor entirely, and ensure that they get a bigger piece of the pie that they make and bake. Bosch was still insinuating that this is the last election if his audience doesn't vote, because that's all they have now. That's all they've had for a while is fear. And you see how well that worked out. Like, when you have no political prescriptions other than orange man bad, fear the orange, yeah, you're gonna suck. So that's all they have. All they can hope is that people are terrified. Terrified enough to go down and check the box next to somebody they couldn't give a shit about. Whereas on the other side, all they've got to do is just marshal excitement. Yeah, this is a loser of a campaign. And Donald Trump is probably going to very easily walk right over Kamala Harris. So. Yeah. Just Project 2025 whining. Project 2025 fear-mongering. So you don't think Biden dropping out is a win for leftists in any way? No. If he'd have done this 8 months ago, before the primaries, yep, would have been a big win. Then we could have gotten a robust primary, gotten a young candidate that could have had momentum going in, had a war chest built up, could have beat Trump. Easily peasily could have beat Trump. But that was 9 months ago. Now we're 3 months out of the election, and it's over already. The election has been decided already, in my opinion. Just a matter of going through the motions. Yep. And the sad thing is that a lot of the people that are cheering this Biden stepping aside shit were calling me a fucking fascist 6 months ago for asking him to step aside and for saying he shouldn't have been a primary guy, shouldn't have run at all. So it's just like memory hold.
Last one.
Oh, sorry, baby. Just like memory hold down the pipes what your position used to be, because now your new one. Better late than never, I guess. I guess you could say that. No, they haven't spent any time building up any new blood in the party. They haven't spent any money getting any names out there. They've just been riding on the corpse of Biden for fucking 4 years. And they called us all stupid, and they called us all secret MAGA people for saying that Biden was fucking demented like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. We started really hammering home that Joe wasn't there half the time he was talking. He was giving up on sentences. He wasn't making sense. And the media and the DNC and its puppets in the media gaslit and gaslit and gaslit, said that people were being ageist, said that people were secret Trumpists for saying this, that, or the other, right? And now they're all in agreement with where we were 2 years ago. And they're acting shocked. Like it's shocked and dismaying them that Biden is demented. Like they didn't know. They didn't know until till that debate that he was genuinely demented. And I was like, I don't know how you didn't. Everything he did at the debate, he did a fucking 100 times before the debate. Every time they put him in front of something to speak, he did it.
He was just concentrated.
Yep. It was just like he was completely off book during the debate. 90 minutes is a long time for that old man to stand up there and fucking be lost. And that's what it took to get people on board. Okay, well now you're on board, but it's too late. Maybe next time be on board early. Maybe next time when people on the left are calling for your weak, unelectable candidate to step down before the primary, maybe you should join them instead of riding with Biden and shouting them down as fascists. Because maybe next time it'll happen in a timely fashion. It's like I said, if they'd have done this 9 months ago, we'd be looking at a different race today. Donald Trump would probably be the one struggling. But
I feel like there's definitely a better chance, even with just Kamala, just the fact that they're freaking the fuck out and trying to legally challenge it and stuff.
They're just using every little option they have to throw fucking salt in the wound because this is unprecedented. They don't care about Kamala. They don't fear her at all. They don't have any reason to. She doesn't poll any better than Biden does, and she polls worse than Biden does in a number of swing states. I looked at it today.
They've also been way less polls
Yeah. Well, I guess that's true, but we'll see. We'll see how those polls stack up.
And the implication with those polls is like Biden out, and I feel like the polls weren't really reflecting people actually like thinking like if she's the nominee.
Well, we'll see. We shall see. Oh, look at it! It's Cricket. He's coming for a visit. Here, let me angle this a little better so I can get a little more Cricket in the view. Yeah, he's a big boy kitty for sure.
He's a big old tomcat.
Yeah.
Minus the balls.
Yeah, no balls.
He'd be a beast if he still had his balls.
Oh yeah, he'd be a bruiser. Is that a panther? The fuck is this? The fuck is calling me from? See, dude, every time I answer these Covington numbers, it's like there's nobody there.
Yeah, it's like the spoof calls with just your area code. It's like.
I think it's because we used to live there that I get it.
Well, no, they just copy whatever your area code is. Like, I got all 425 numbers on mine.
I personally feel like Biden was more on topic than Trump during the debate. That doesn't matter, though.
It's all about appearances. If they cared about the truth, they would have allowed the notes and shit.
Yep. That's the thing. Like, I keep telling people. When you have a close race like this, where you basically have the Dems and the Republicans competing for the middle, competing for people who don't usually vote, people who are undecided, people who are unsure about Trump or Biden, or right, they're competing for that. When you have one of those, you have to set aside policy. You have to set aside all of these like little analysis-brained things that you do, and you literally have to put on a fucking ball cap with a propeller on top of it, spin it, and think like a normie. Normies vote for what they think looks strong. That's number one. That's the tip top of the normie voting psychology. Nothing is higher. They vote strength, okay?
That's why all the politicians are giants.
Right. So what have they been looking at for the last year? They've been looking at Donald Trump, who can speak, and they've been looking at Biden, who can barely stand. So that is why Trump has been blowing Biden out in the fucking polls for about 6 or 8 months, okay? Now, they're going to see a woman who is a charisma vacuum and can't speak against a strong man who got shot and stood up with blood all over him and pumped his fist. I talked to Destiny very briefly today, and he said, I think the news cycle is done with Donald Trump's assassination. It's on to Kamala Harris now. And I was like, yeah, I don't think so, bud. I think we're going to be talking about the Trump assassination all the way through the fucking election and after it.
Well, especially because there's mystique to it. Like, we don't really know why the guy did it still.
Yeah. There's still all this shit.
There's questions about how competent the Secret Service was.
There's all kinds of shit, but it's not even that. It's just literally that it happened. Trump is never going to let us forget it. So, like, this idea that it's leaving the news cycle, he's never going to let it leave the news cycle. He's going to make it part of the news cycle every single chance he gets. His campaign is going to be harping it. And it's just like, there's no way. There's literally no way that Kamala Harris steals the news cycle for the next 3 months. It's just not going to happen. Biden or that campaign, the Biden-Harris campaign, has been in nothing but turmoil for the last 3 to 4 months. It's been nothing but negative news cycle after negative news cycle after Joe Biden's dribbling, Joe Biden's drooling, Joe Biden lost track of where he was, Joe Biden thought it was fucking 72, Joe Biden fell down, Joe Biden fucked up at the debate, Joe Biden did a big boy press conference and his pants fell down, Joe Biden did 2 interviews where he looked worse than he did up on the stage. You know what I mean? It's just been nothing, negative, and then the news cycle was, oh shit, Trump shot, but he stands up like a fucking real American. Oh shit, Trump throws an RNC, everybody makes fun of it, but it's wildly successful. You know what I mean? Like, that's been the news cycle, and now they're going to steal a bunch of negative news cycles as people that are Democrats go like, Kamala Harris, though? Really?
I think you might be a little pessimistic about it.
We'll see.
I think there's a chance that it doesn't necessarily draw more people from the middle, but it just energizes the existing Democrats. Because I think a lot of Democrats were just like, "Ugh, fuck, it's Biden again." And
I think that the Democrats, people that are Democrat voters, were going to show out for Joe anyway.
You don't think they were being lethargic about it?
Well, yeah, they were dragging their ass about it, hoping to trigger something like this months ago. But now, like, they'll vote for a fucking hamburger steak if you throw it up there.
But I just mean that, like, this is at least a younger hamburger steak or whatever.
I guess.
There's a chance that it energizes more.
Here's how that chance is capitalized on. If Kamala Harris can be a compelling candidate, if she can show us that she's not what people thought she was in 2020, completely unelectable, unlikable person, if she can change the way that she's perceived in the next 3 months with Donald Trump dominating the news cycle like he does, because this will settle down too. And when it does, how's Kamala going to grab the news cycle?
Well, they have opened themselves up to attacking Trump on his age way more because they're not shackled by Biden anymore.
Yeah, but that, I mean, like, I just
so
don't.
Now it's not competing Dementia Olympics. It's,
right.
You can just focus on Trump's antics.
You think 3 months is enough time to spin the narrative that, nuh-uh, it's not us that ran a demented guy all year, it's Trump that's demented.
Well,
I don't even think they want the word dementia in the fucking news cycle. That's why Joe stepped down. Well, I don't think they're going to go after that. I don't think they want to open up the counter of, what about the fact that for the last 4 years, your guy's been demented, you hid it from us, you tried to run him again. Do they really want to open up the Biden can of worms again? By calling him demented?
Well, they could spin it as like, you know, our guy stepped down with grace.
If he'd have done it 6 months ago, people would buy that. Stepping down with grace isn't like waiting till the last second and then leaving your party in shambles as they scramble to find somebody. It's dropping out 6 months ago when there was a chance to have a fucking campaign. But you're right, normies are going to look at it that way.
There's less attack ad meat on Kamala. I'm sure they've been collecting it, but
there's plenty. There's plenty. She said so much stupid. It's going to be word salad. That's going to be the angle that they're going to take. What is Kamala Harris even talking about? Unburdened by the future, burdened by the past, and what has come before the future will become after the past.
But you could do the same thing with Trump.
Right, but like I'm saying, like, Trump's in the catbird seat right now. He's punching down. He's leading. She's the grimy little upstart that's trying to fucking punch up. The haymakers land harder from above. So her being stupid and him being stupid it's a wash. What are they going to do to have Kamala be a scintillating figure? They're going to have her do something. Stop the war. And fucking... They're going to have do something.
Or at the very least, put her, like, give her some more responsibility. Like, maybe not ending the Ukraine war, but, like...
Not the Ukraine war, but, like, the like, forcing us, like, number one, I think Joe's going to have to get out the fucking way. Because here's the thing, she can't do shit. And if Biden does shit right now, then people go like, ooh, then they're not going to assign it to her. She's cucked because she's the vice president right now. What she needs to do to steal some news cycles is do some crazy legislative moves, some wild executive order that's going to be challenged.
So you're saying that because she's vice, she can't have any victories.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that they're going to be able to put her in front of the camera and make her compelling. And the reason I say that is because they haven't been able to yet. So maybe they've got a media team working hard overtime with her right now, and she's going to learn what about her is repellent, but I don't think so. Because I think they've already had that media team working with her for the last 4 years, and she hasn't learned it yet.
You'll have an interesting conversation with the TJ on Tuesday, because he said that he's all in on Kamala.
He said he's all in on Kamala out of spite.
Still.
To piss off the
He
Republicans.
also thinks that she's going to win.
Oh, well. Okay. Like, I don't think there's a fucking snowball's chance in hell that she
So
wins.
you guys are going to have an interesting conversation about that.
Sure,
on
it'll be
Tuesday.
fun. At least it wasn't Hillary. Don't speak too soon. This is the Kamala Harris is far, far from settled as a candidate. I have a feeling that we're going to get a third. This might be a wild shot, but I have a feeling there's going to be some shenanigans at the convention over this.
Well, it just depends on how released the delegates feel they actually are. Like, do they feel like they're just free agents now? Do they feel like they're beholden to Harris because it was the Biden-Harris
my
ticket?
question. That's why I say don't count your chickens till they hatch. And even if they do hatch and everybody lines up behind Kamala, everything I said earlier still stands. She's going to have to snatch 3 or 4 news cycles. She's going to have to be the #1 piece of news for 3 or 4 cycles. She's going to have to be seen doing things presidentially, because talk is not enough. She's going to have to campaign. She's going to have to be in front of the camera way more than Sleepy Joe. She's going to have to show that she's vibrant, young, capable, awake, on top of things. She needs to be seen doing things. And she's cucked as Veep, because what can she do other than go speak?
Well, she can diplomacy.
Do they want to risk sending her into that and having her flub that 2 months before the debate? I don't think she can diplomacy for shit. Who have they sent her to talk to? Ever. She didn't even go. She was the border czar, and she didn't even go to the border.
Well, she did the whole do not come thing. She went all the way down there to do that, so.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like, I just don't see, like, I'm thinking media. I'm thinking FaceTime, right? I'm thinking she needs to be in front of the American people. She needs to be seen to be presidential. She needs to be seen to be smart and likable, young, youthful, vigorous, and she needs to be seen getting something done in the next 3 months. Something. They need to toss her a legislative bone and do something wild that they don't want to do. Deschedule marijuana completely. Fucking figure out this student loan debt and get it done. Fucking tear down the wall at the border. Fucking something. So you're going to have to do something. Going to have to throw Americans, or at the very least, they're going to have to make a piece of political theater where she is made to be looking to throw a big legislative bone at the Americans, at the American public. Even if it's something that gets tied up in courts, they have no intention of actually doing, she needs to be seen doing it. Because if she's not, she's got no chance. No chance. She's got all of the negative things hanging over Biden's campaign, hang over hers, because she's part of it. The inflation, the gas prices, the wars, the homeless problem, the border, all of that shit. She doesn't get free of any of it. She can't provide an alternate perspective on any of it because she was part of it. She backed it. She's already endorsed it. It's fucked, right? So she's shackled not to Biden anymore, but to his legislative agenda and his presidency. She served 4 years. She was there. There's hundreds of speeches that she's given backing everything he's done. Being a good little soldier. How's she going to separate herself from him now? The same things. Bidenomics fell flat on its face. Inflation, even if it is slowly but surely going down, people are still paying way more for milk than they did during the Trump presidency. You're not going to change that. The only thing she's got is she breaks the people that have ennui about it just being the same 2 guys again.
Well, that might be a lot of people. That might excite.
It's going to have to be a lot of people. And those people need to be more concentrated in about 5 swing states than they are through the populace. Because if they're evenly distributed, that's not enough for her to win the swings.
You know what would be... Do you think it would be too much if she uninvited Netanyahu?
I don't think her party would let her do it.
Yeah.
Her party, like, her line has been, she wants unrestricted, I can't remember what she said, but it was basically like she wants Israel to be given autonomy in the region to do whatever they want militarily. Like, that's her stated position. So she would have to come up with a reason why she flipped the script.
It could be that you're stalling this ceasefire that we've been working on this whole time.
Right. But then the DNC doesn't want Bibi Netanyahu and the Israelis pissed off. They want friends over there. They have friends over there. So it's like, she's shackled to the DNC party line, which is do nothing. It's a holding pattern for the next Republican presidency. There's nothing exciting about it. So what are you going to do? How are you going to gas people up? I don't know the answer to that question with her. Now, you start talking about some other candidates, even one whose name I don't even want to speak, and you've got a different thing. Now you're starting to do a different type of calculus in my mind. I think the rematch, as stupid as I think it would be for them to do it, and I still think she probably loses, I think the rematch of Hillary, I think she's a better politician.
Yeah.
Than,
I feel like
than Kamala is.
Charisma.
Yeah. She has, no, it's not even charisma. She looks more statesman-like than Kamala ever will. She knows how not to be goofy. People don't want goofy right now. Donald Trump's already goofy. And Kamala's goofy, guffawing, making weird voices, saying weird things, laughing at her own jokes. She's a goofball. Hillary hasn't smiled since 1963. Not really. So that's how I feel about that. I feel like Hillary would do better against Trump. Hillary has a better chance against Trump.
You haven't gotten the normie perspective yet. We need to talk to some normies.
The thing is, baby, you never get the normie perspective. You never get it. Because they don't have one. When you talk to them, they're going to tell you whatever they think you want to hear. That's a normie brain. Normies don't want to be seen as retarded on politics. So if you ask a normie, who are you voting for? Oh, I'm voting for Biden. I'm voting for Trump. Even if they're not. Because they just want to fucking be seen as participatory. I know this.
Well, I mean, not one-on-one with someone that you know personally. Like, I use my mom as the normie fucking
yeah.
beacon.
I mean, she's one normie, but she also lives in a very liberal area.
Yeah.
So she's one part of the normie morass, and she's way more politically informed than what I would call your average fucking middle ground normie. Your mom may not be super up to date, but she knows what's going on. Normies, they only paid attention when they saw Trump with blood on him. They were like, oh, what happened? You know what I mean? And then they're tuned. It's not even fucking electoral season to them yet. Like late October is when they start thinking about it. And in between now and then, Kamala's gonna have to do some shit that she can fucking show them. What that's gonna be, I don't know. Come back, Quicket. Aw. People miss the Quicket. I don't know. Like I said, my position on this is just informed by my experience with electoral cycles. And I have to be honest with you, I've never been through one like this. There's never been one like this in the history of history.
Like, I think just the sheer disruptiveness of it, I think, might energize.
It might. It might.
So I think that's what's lacking most of all in the Democrats was energy.
They're not going to burn Michelle Obama on a probable loss. You're not getting Gavin Newsom, you're not getting Michelle Obama, and you're not getting Gretchen Whitmer. Well, maybe you'll get Gretchen Whitmer at a contested convention, but those other two don't even want it. Gavin Newsom does not want to step in, lose to Trump, and end his political career. He wants to spend his time developing his national portfolio between now and 2028.
And this has to be his last year as governor of California,
yes,
right?
He
so
terms out.
A little separation from California would be good for him.
He's got plans. He's got plans within plans. He is terming out as governor this next year. He'll have 3 years of Trump to bide his time and start presenting himself as a counter voice to conservatism and start introducing himself in a positive way, unmoored from California now. Start becoming a DNC shill. Start going to the fundraisers and greasing the palms. He's looking at 2028. So is Gretchen Whitmer. Okay? So is Michelle Obama, if there's that's the most secretive talk going on right now, because she's fucking straight out said, I don't want to be in fucking politics. I'm done. But that doesn't mean she's not doing it. Yeah, no, Gavin has great charisma. He does. He's young. He's good looking. He knows how to speak. He doesn't bumble and fumble and stumble. I could imagine him sitting across the table from Xi Jinping. I can imagine him sitting across the table from Vladimir Putin and representing America. He's got that all over both of the candidates, right? But he's not going to burn his chances on a probable loss. Like I said, Trump's got so much momentum. Like if this was 6 months in the past that all this happened, I wouldn't be talking like I am. The reason I'm talking like I am is like when you get a bump like that, you get this giant hero shot moment. 3 months from the election, it takes something huge to steal that momentum back. Huge. Like a president dropping out and nominating somebody else or whatever, that's huge, but it's not huge enough. They're gonna have to keep being huge. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll come up with a way to do that. Maybe they'll be better at making that argument than I think they will be.
Do you think it would hinge on Kamala debating Trump?
I don't think it hinges on it, because I think there's a chance she doesn't look great in that debate.
Well, she'll look
Better than Biden. But that, you know, she's trying to get away from Biden. She doesn't want to just be the candidate that's slightly better than Biden. She wants to, you're not going to hear his fucking name in her campaign, other than at the beginning to be like, I appreciate Joe Biden for his LBJ-like wisdom, or whatever the fuck, right? LBJ, by the way, stepped down well in advance of the primaries so that the party had a...
Well, no, primaries had already been cast. He had to release his delegates.
Well, he released his delegates, but it was due to illness, too.
Yeah.
Not just because he didn't think he could win. So, but he released his delegates and didn't give a presumptive nominee or whatever. He let them fucking decide,
well,
right?
He endorsed his vice.
Ford?
No.
Or who was it?
Humphrey.
Oh, Humphrey. Oh my God. Ugh. What a nightmare. So, I mean, we can compare it then. And what happened to Hubert Humphrey? What president was he? Oh, he wasn't.
Well, you also have the RFK assassination, so there was still competitiveness after.
There's still competitiveness now. It's crazy. You know, we can look at that time, because I think that there's a lot of parallels, but I think that there's a lot of shit that's just way different. You can't fucking judge it by the same measuring tape. And so I'm trying to peel on here's what I'm leaning on right now, because I can't give you political prescription. I can't tell you what I think is going to happen tomorrow. But I do think I know the mind of the electorate. I've watched it happen so many times. It's vibes. We knew in 2004 that John Kerry was a loser. We knew for absolute certain that he was not the right person to challenge George W. Bush. We saw them standing together. We saw them debate. We knew well in advance of now it wasn't happening. And we went forward with it anyway, and it didn't happen. I feel like we're there now. I feel like that's the closest that I can give you. It's like you've got this guy that really like energized the Democrats against him. George W. Bush was like a monster in the eyes of Democrats. And the primary process was just a fucking shit show, as it always is. And the guy that ends up with the golden fucking letter is John Kerry, the most milquetoast, middle of the road piece of fucking white bread soaked in fucking 1% milk that's ever existed.
Kamala isn't that.
She's worse. She's actively repellent. She's not just like there. She's actively repels people. People do not like her when she speaks. She doesn't speak well. Voshites think Kamala is a slam dunk win for Dems in November now. Bro, there is no such thing as a slam dunk here. Nothing like a slam dunk is happening between now and November. That's retarded.
Don't bet again.
Retarded. Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not betting again. I got no intention to bet on the outcome of this election. The truth of the matter is I'm trying to warn people and wave the red flag of like normieism. But the truth of the matter is I'll be straight up with you guys all the way from now until November. I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. I don't have any experience to draw on here. I have nothing but my, like insider political knowledge from being a fucking autistic politics wonk through 6 fucking cycles. That's all I've got. That's it. I happen to think that my analysis is pretty spot on when it comes to the normie mind. I don't think I'm being overly negative, but that, who knows that? Who knows that when they're being overly negative? I'm just trying to tell you guys what the vibes are for me, from my experience, from taking the temperature of the electorate, looking at these polls as they mature, getting closer to the election, right? Listening to the way that people are talking, listening to the way that like the kind of partisans on the left and the right are framing this, listening to the campaigns, right? My take is that the Dems, even with this wild move of last-minute replacement with Kamala, have a massive hill to climb. Massive. I'm not saying it's impossible. Maybe they climb it. Maybe they just eke out a victory over Trump. But I think that's a big maybe. Trump could still go to jail? No. Trump will not be sentenced for anything until well after the election.
Yeah, they don't want that imagery of
No.
like, oh, he's ascended, let's lock him up.
Yeah, he's doing well. Let's move these prosecutions forward. I mean, it just plays into his narrative. All of those things are in the pipeline for after he becomes president, and I'm telling you, he's going to find a way to fucking pardon himself. He may not even have to.
Yeah, this immunity for
The Supreme Court
acts.
saying that the president has legal immunity for all official acts while he's president pretty much means that I don't know how they're going to fucking... Like, how do you think they're going to convict Trump for things that he did while he was president?
All they have is the paying off fucking Stormy thing.
They have they're paying off Stormy, and then the other ones were all official acts as president. So I don't really know what he's supposed to be doing. Where does your mind have to be to think Trump is going to jail? Copium, bro. It's a crazy drug. People literally can't face the truth a lot of times because they've like sewn themselves to a narrative. And when that narrative rips away from them, they're like floating, and they'll grab onto any hopeful thought. You know what I mean? That's why there's copium being huffed en masse over at Vosh's fucking channel right now about Kamala being a dunk. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. By all counts, he should go to prison, but even if he did go to prison, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. No, it's literally wishful thinking. It is. And hey, look, sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you just got to be positive and hope for the best. Maybe this is one of those times. I don't know how to do that, though. I'm a political wonk, so... You're going to... Dude, I'm open to talking to Vosh anytime, any day. But I can't reach out to him because I'm blocked from all his social media. So. Is it all lefties on this channel? No. I mean, I'm a leftist. Obviously, a lot of the people that watch me are going to be leftists, but we don't chase people on the right out of here, and there's quite a few people that would call themselves on the right that are here every day. There's some more independents here or right. They're both, as far as I'm aware. There are libertarian people, there are people on the right, there are independents, there are leftists, there are apolitical folks that hang here pretty much all the time. So, you know, I don't chase any kind of thinker out of here as long as they're being good faith and not being retarded. You should debate Vosh and accidentally pull up your goblin short stacks. Whoop! Whoop! Let's pretend it's January 7th. How do we begin to grow a third party from the get-go? I think first we need to have a whole ass protest movement. There needs to be a movement of people in this country, unlike anything that we've seen since the 60s and 70s. We need something on the level of the anti-Vietnam War movement, on the level of the civil rights movement, all of the marches that happened, the sit-ins, nonviolent civil disobedience. En masse, though. There need to be millions of people participating. 3 or 4 million people need to hit the streets. That's what I think we need to organize. Mass walkouts, mass labor strikes, mass sit-ins, mass civil disobedience. There needs to be people flooding the National Mall. Unprecedented numbers of people busting the seams of New York City, shutting down Wall Street. And we need to seize these things because the political process can no longer give us the things we need to survive. So we need to seize these things. So that comes, in my mind, before the establishment of a third party. I think during that, at the height of that, we start talking about possibly formalizing a party around it, right? But not until then. Oh, I think it's very possible. I think it's very possible. America has been fragmented before. America has been polarized before. It is 100% possible. It's just not probable if leftists don't start doing the hard work of organizing it. It's on us there. You also have to know what you're doing. A body is a body is a body is a body. Okay? This like purity testing, litmus testing of people. Oh, you're a Republican. Oh, you're conservative. Oh, you don't support this. You don't support. You're just not going to be. You're not going to have a movement of people if you're going to fucking scrutinize every goddamn human being that wants to come stand toe to toe with you. You're going to have a little common humanity, and you're going to have to hard focus on class issues. That's all there is to it. You can do it, but you have to make the choice to do it. It's a very different way than you've been groomed to think. And so you're going to have to set aside all this wonky politics, football shit. And you're going to have to start thinking of people as people and a movement as a movement. And you're going to have to start with a little apolitical foot forward on this. This is for everybody. This is for blue-collar workers. This is for solidarity amongst the working class, the middle class, the working people of this country who have been stomped and forgotten as prices have gone through the roof and housing prices have gone through the roof and our pay has remained stagnant. That is true if you're on the left. It's true if you're on the right. You don't say communist, you don't say socialist, you don't say Marx, you don't say Engels. You have to be a good little fucking unionist. You have to know how to talk to people. You have to know how to read the room. And this is going to require people to wake the fuck up. Because class consciousness is at an all-time fucking zero right now. Class consciousness is utterly, devastatingly low now. And you're going to have to take responsibility for getting your class consciousness up. And you're going to have to take responsibility for dragging your fucking friends, family, coworkers, and fucking local people along with you. Because that needs to be the message 100%. We need to stop the divisiveness, stop the culture war bullshit, start talking economics, economic populism, labor. Okay, you have to learn to talk to conservatives again. I know, they're chuds. You've got to talk to them. And you've got to talk to them in good faith. You got to talk to them about blue-collar economic populism. Trust me, they'll hear you. They'll hear you. Oh, there's zero class consciousness well beyond Reddit. It's, the last 3 or 4 generations of human beings have been groomed to have zero class consciousness. We've been groomed to think of ourselves and only ourselves, to be selfish. Take everything you can and fuck your neighbor, step on your neighbor's neck while you're doing it. That's been the American way for 4 generations, and now the chickens are here. So you got 4 generations of wrong think to undo if you're a leftist. It's a big hill to climb, okay? But you got to start walking it. You got to start believing it. You got to set aside all the partisan bullshit, and you've got to start thinking that way if you're a leftist. Because if you're not thinking that way, you're losing. You're losing. Who do you think will be Kamala's vice president? My bet is on Buttigieg. It won't be Buttigieg. I think that, I talked to Destiny today. I think he's right that it is, I wasn't really even thinking about it, but I think they will choose a governor or a senator from one of these swing states. There's a Josh Shapiro guy from Pennsylvania, the governor of Pennsylvania. His name's being bandied about. We need a Michigan person, right? We need a Michigander. Gretchen Whitmer is from Michigan. Both Biden in the old polls and Harris in the concurrent polls are losing Michigan to Trump. They desperately need that swing state. So if they can pick up, 5 or 6% in Michigan and push Trump out of Michigan, that'll be a big win. So Gretchen Whitmer might be a name, although I think she's got her eyeballs on 2028, but we'll see. But yeah, I think it's going to be a senator or a governor from one of these swing states. We're talking about vice president for Kamala. All the Zoomer drama tubers I know, after the Destiny appearance. Not really. I haven't sunk all the way down into the Destiny verse, so I don't know all of them. What is up with you weirdos calling fucking grown-ass men baby girl, bro? That's like to get your face slapped in public, bro. I'm just warning you. You better keep that shit right here online where you're nice and cozy. Because I know quite a few people will slap you right in your chops. You talk to them like that in public. People are wild, bro. Yeah, dude. I get you backhanded in the face where I come from, bro. You better keep that shit securely online. So many people, bro. So many people fucking on that power trip of being anonymous. It's cute. Not a fan, though. Not a fan, though. Not a fan, though. Not a fan, though. I'm here watching you every day, but I'm not a fucking fan, though. I'm here watching you every day, but I'm not a fucking fan, though. I listen to every word you say, every word you say, every word you say. But I'm not a fucking fan of yours. I'm not a fucking fan of yours. Yeah, I mean, you gotta keep your pimp hand strong, Phoebes. That wasn't about me, then it shouldn't have been in my chat, Detective Rogers. You know how that works. His name isn't Baby, it's Paul. Mr. Ego, if you're nasty. Exactly. Show me, put some respect on my fucking name, is what I'm telling all of you. Okay? You will. Watch, I'll enforce it. I'll force you to do it. Put some respect on my name. Yeah, Mr. Ego is my father's name, yeah. I just go by Paul or Peaches, okay? Peaches is my code name. Is that was my father's name thing, a rich kid thing? No, it's a WASP thing. It's a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant thing. Howdy there, Mr. Parkey. Mr. Parkey, that's my father's name. Call me Paul. It's a yuppie, waspy thing. PJ is for family. PJ would be weird in this community. I guess I'd answer to it, but yeah, because it's really exclusively my family that calls me that. You know. So yeah, PJ would be weird for me to separate, because like my internetery and all my friends, they've always just called me Paul. So. Every time I hear WASP, I think of Moral Oral, such a great show. Okay, all right, buddy. I prefer The Hog. Suey. It'd feel a bit familiar to call you PJ. It's just not something that, like, I don't introduce myself as PJ. So it's like TJ does, right? He introduces himself as TJ. I don't. I don't mind that my family call me PJ. It's actually endearing, right? It's cute to me that they've got like little nicknames, and I have nicknames for my sisters and stuff that I call them. That's a nice family bonding thing. But it's weird if somebody outside of my family starts doing it. I wouldn't want to talk about Destiny either. I don't mind talking about Destiny, but a lot of people want to ask questions about Destiny all night. Why are you not answering? I'm just not, dude. There's a lot of people chatting, bro. I don't read every goddamn thing that goes by. Oh yeah, check out Andrew's channel. You can find it by searching Marshall Manson, the artist formerly known as Marshall Manson. But yeah, Beauregard dropped a new banger, so Beauregard and Andrew. Oh, cute ass Destiny. Or are you not answering my specific chat in this ocean of 200 people, Paul? I don't know. I'm sorry. No, I think Hillary has better odds than Kamala. She's just a more known quantity. She's got more built-in people. Tiny. Talk about energizing the fucking libs and shit. The rematch would do that. This Kamala shit is not gonna do it. What voice do you use in your head when reading chats? It's kind of like this.
Have you ever seen Moral Oral? It's a very well-constructed criticism.
It's like, bro. Kamala.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
What are the chances no one else runs and Trump basically wins uncontested because clearly Kamala has zero chance? There's no chance of that, but... Dear Paul, I wrote you, but you still ain't replying. I left my MySpace, my Discord, and my home phone at the bottom. I also sent you some DMs. You must have not have got them. Maybe you were busy or something. The Rizzlers come a wondering why I went live at all. The 12-year-olds fill up my chat, and I can't see it all. And even with my wrenches, it would all be black, but the picture on my wall. Oh. Dear Mister, I'm too good to answer chats. Is this really how you want to go and treat your fans? I loved you, man. I got everything, every piece of merch you ever sold. Paul, do you think it's realistic at all to get 400 patrons for the Brett Gauntlet before the first? Nope. I don't. I don't think it's realistic at all. Did Biden drop out because he was sick? I thought he didn't want to drop out. He didn't want to drop out. They forced him. Yeah. You used to call me on my cell phone late night when you need my love. Call me on my cell phone late night when you need my love. And I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. These days all I do is wondering if you're bending over backwards for someone else. Wondering if you're bending over backwards for something else. Doing shit I thought you getting nasty with someone else. You don't need no one else. You should just be yourself. No, why are you so touch and roll? You should always be alone. Used to be a good girl, you was in the something, you was in the zone. You should just be yourself. Right now you're someone else. You used to call me on my cell phone. My love. And I know when that hotline bling, that can only mean one thing. Drake's not done, dude. You guys are coping. This like pussy ass fucking Drake versus Kendrick beef is not gonna end anybody's career, okay? I hate to be the one to tell you guys. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Oh boy. That feels a little better.
Oh boy.
All right. So what do we got? What else is going on? No, I hate getting messages. I don't like texts, DMs. You can consider me phobic of all these things. I routinely just like clear out the notifications and don't read them. Everyone was praising the chair while you were gone. Let's see. I see. Praising the chair. You look like you need a drink. A drink? I don't think I need a drink. Well, I like a drink of water. I can have water. Water is good. Wake up, boomer. Okay, dude. Let me guess. You're pom-pomming Kamala? I'm the one that needs to wake up, though. You're going to pom-pom Kamala for the next 3 months and then get real shocked when she drops the strap, huh? Oh, you're quoting Bosch. Got it. Got it. Is it just me, or are there more drunks now than there were 20 years ago? Nah. I mean, there's more people now than there were 20 years ago, so yeah, technically, but like per capita, I think drunks are just always the same percentage. Do you have diabetes? No, I don't, thankfully. Don't have diabetes. How do I feel after these streams? Usually I'm pretty tired of talking. A lot of times I will go inside and sit down and just play a video game for a couple hours or watch a movie. Just like mellow out so I don't have to talk. As driven as I am to talk about things all the time, I'm also driven to be fucking quiet. I'm an ambivert. Big word. I'm an introverted extrovert. I like spending time in the public eye. I like talking to people face to face, and then I like people to go the fuck away and leave me alone. What's the best LGBT movie you've ever seen? Let me think about that. I mean, I want to say Brokeback Mountain right off the top, because that dude, Ang Lee, was just a fucking, that's such a beautiful movie. But, I'm gonna have to say Lord of the Rings. All three. Gayest fucking movies ever, and I love them. Gay as fuck. Everything about them is gay. Sam and Frodo, Gandalf and Saruman, Gandalf and Elrond, fucking Aragorn and about 4 different bitches, Merry and Pippin, all those trees that claim they have wives, but you never see the wives, all the Ents at the Ent moot, you know what they were doing, they were Ents sucking each other off. Telling you, man, the orcs, you never see a bitch orc. Where's the chick orcs? Okay, they're not gay. They're not satisfying their lust with one another. Where's the female orcs? Oh, there are none. Oh, okay, so they're not gay, right? Yeah, no, they are. they're booty blasting all the goblins and shit. You get it, right, dude? Hobbit sounds like a gay sex act. Like, if you remove your mind from the fantasy setting, dude, I was with this fucking little twink the other day and I gave him the fucking sweetest Hobbit, bro. It sounds like a gay sex act. Everything about that movie is gay, bro. Sam and Frodo, you don't even have to talk about it, right? %100% gay. The dwarves, like, all down in their fucking dank ass dungeons with their long ass beards. Yeah, dude, yeah. Where's all the chick dwarves? You don't see any. There are none. Why? I think you know why. Okay? And get real, bro. Those elf bitches, you think those elf bitches are screwing all those, like, twink looking chick dudes? Hell no. Maybe sometimes they do, but you know what else is going on, dude. Those elf bitches, you know what's going on. Down by the fucking clear pool in the fucking starlight and shit, you know what's going on. Rimley, yeah. Rimley, dude. Rimley the dwarf. Dude, that gay little relationship that fucking the dwarf and the elf have in the Fellowship. That gay body-to-body man wrestling tumble that the Balrog and Gandalf do down the fucking hole. You guys remember that? They were all sweaty, pressing against each other. Fucking that fucking Theoden over there, dude. You know what fucking worm, you know why he's called Worm Tongue. Oh, that's all I gotta say, dude. That's all I gotta say, bro. You know how he kept Theoden all fucking hypnotized and shit with that bussy. He hypnotized him with the bussy. He hypnotized him with the dome game. Okay, Worm Tongue. All right, had that old man getting all geezered up. Just sucked all the nut right out of him. I can't nut again.
You will, master.
Whoa, what that tongue do?
You know what that tongue do. Blah, 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 blah.
It's so true, though. Name me something in that movie that isn't gay, and I'll tell you why it's gay. Let you test me on this. We did a whole show on it. But test me on this. Name me something you think ain't gay, and I'll tell you what's gay about it. Because everything in that movie is gay. It's the gayest fucking film ever made.
I will suck your cock as one sucks venom from a wound.
The horse Gandalf rides isn't gay. Dude, the fact that he rides around on a big fucking stallion ain't gay. Phoebes. The ring wraiths. Bro. You know what them ghostly motherfuckers are doing over in the wraith fucking zone, bro. Them withered up old bastards when they're fucking bored. You know what they're up to. You know what they're up to over there, dude. Cock ring wraiths, yeah. You know what's up. Dude, yeah, Shadow Dick or whatever that fucking horse's name was, dude. In the movies, they made it normal, but in the book, it always talks about how his dick is flopping around as he's running. Come on. Come on, dude. People will say stupid shit to me, right? Like, oh, what about Shelob? What about Shelob? Shelob's a girl. Shelob's a female. How are you going to say she's gay? Because she captures men all the time. And I'm just like, bro, do you see how she penetrated Frodo, bro? Did you see how she deep-dicked Frodo with that stinger? And you're gonna tell me that ain't gay. Dude, Frodo took about 7 inches of uptown ding-dong, dude. You see that stinger? Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm dying. Come on, bro. Big ass spider dick. The Tower of Barad-dûr, dude, a big dick tower sticking up in the fucking middle of the wasteland. Oh yeah, nothing gay about that. If I was a gay guy, I'd avoid that place like the plague. Oh, look at that big dick. Big old thick fucking dick standing up on the horizon. I better stay away from that. Come on, man. The Eye of Sauron. I mean, you know what he'd be peeping on. You know what he'd be peeping on. What do you think that eye is only used at times in the movie where it's fucking... No, dude, he'd be watching when they're bathing, soaping up their little butts, their little hobbit butts. Soaping up their sudsing up their little hobbit butts. Come on, bro. Gandalf's staff. Just say that 3 times and tell me you don't feel gay, bro. Gandalf's staff. Gandalf's staff. Gandalf's staff. See what I mean, bro? Care the shit. There's a lot of gay ass movies though, for real, but like, you know what I mean? Hobbit shorts. Oh shit. Oh shit. Treebeard. I mean, come on, bro. Don't even get me started, bro. The Ent Moot. You know what's going on at the Ent Moot. Them roots are underground. They're playing fucking... Dude, they're docking with them roots underground when they're at the Ent Moot. You can hear them, like, moaning and shit. Arwen and Aragorn. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they never seal the fucking deal. Not on camera. I mean, there's been a lot of dudes that married because they had to. It's like a royal wedding, you know? He had to marry her. But you want to see a loving look? Look at the look he gives Frodo. When he says, "No, stand, little friend. You bow to no one." Take a look at that. Dude, he never even gives a sideward glance to Arwen that's like that, bro. So you tell me, marriage, royal marriage of convenience? I think so. I think so. Dude, Smeagle and Deagle, at the beginning, you remember when they find the ring? What were they doing out there in the wilderness together?
Oh, Deagle, it's getting too hot. Let's go to the shore and butt fuck. Hold on, precious. I saw something down there.
Come on, dude. Come on, buddy. Broke bag hobbits. Dude, Smeagol and Gollum were raw dogging. Do the math in your head about that. That's a dom-sub relationship.
You're just a nasty little bitch. No, I'm not. I'm kind of good, Smeagol. No, you aren't. You're a piece of shit.
I mean, come on. That's a dom-sub humiliation fetish fucking man-on-man relationship right there, and it ain't the only one. Tell me I'm wrong. I think it is a patrons only episode, yeah. Maybe we should release that one to the general public, because that one was gravy. Everything about it is gay. Dude, watch it again and tell me it's not the gayest shit you ever saw. I can't believe you haven't noticed. Like, look at when, like, Frodo jumps into Gandalf's arms when Gandalf is pulling into Hobbiton. From that moment, it's gayer than fuck, bro. And it just stays gay. Frodo Baggins. That bussy hasn't aged a day.
Oh, Gandalf. Get in here, you salty old, slimy old bastard. Can I get you some tea? Want your cock sucked?
Oh, no. Frodo took care of me in the wagon on the way up.
Ah, he's so eager, that young Frodo.
Yes, just like his uncle.
Oh, Gandalf.
I mean, come on. What was that little conversation about in the movie if it's not gay? Sucks standing up. I've always said that you hobbits were unique.
Why is that, Gandalf?
Because you can blow me while standing on your tippy toes.
Oh!
Yeah, dude. What are you doing out there, Samwise? Trimming the verge? No. That is to say, I wasn't doing nothing. I was, just, laying in the bushes and, chafing my carrot. You dirty little bastard. Going over my graduation party, hoping you're having a good night, Paul. Yeah, be safe, buddy. Also, Frodo and Sam are total twinks. Duh. If you can't keep going, Mr. Frodo, then I'm gonna ride you like a sweaty donkey. Remember that line? What's that about? Gayest fucking movie, bro. Gayest fucking movie I ever saw, bro. And I'm fucking not even lying, bro. You guys think I'm kayfabing? You think I'm fucking joking about this? Dude, I'm not even lying. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is hands down the gayest fucking film, dude. Bro. Return of the Kink, dude. Gayer than Top Gun, yeah. Because there's 3 Lord of the Rings and only 1 Top Gun. Like, Top Gun might be... No, you know what? I was going to say it's gayer than the 2 Towers, but it isn't. The 2 Towers is the gayest one. Think about it. 2 towers, 2 dicks. Docking. 2 towers. Playing swords, crossing the streams. And in fact, if you really think about it, all 3 of the titles, like the subtitles of the books, are gay as fuck. The Fellowship of the Ring. That sounds like a secret club that gay guys would have had back in the day when, like, they used to burn gay guys for being witches. Come to the Fellowship Lodge. So that's gay as fuck, right? The 2 Towers, need I say more? Right? And then the Return of the King, that just sounds like gay porn. Like if you were at a fucking porn shop and you were flipping through the gay porn and you saw one called The Return of the King, like would you be like, that's out of place? No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, that's a gay porn. Just gay. Nothing wrong with it. Yeah, dude, the Battle of Helm's Deep. The helm of your penis deep in that pussy. That's what that's coded for. Dude, the fucking Horn of Helm Hammerhand I mean, you know what's up. Look for me on the third day. I will come. Kind of gay is Gandalf. Fucking, you know what he is. He's that old groomer. You know what I mean? He's that old groomer gay that's had his eye on the hobbits for a long ass time, and you know why, dude. Goblin short stack shit, right? You know what kind of gay fucking Gandalf is. Don't ask me stupid questions, man. But let's talk a little bit more about that gay, sweaty, fucking man-on-man, skin-to-skin wrestling match that Gandalf and the Balrog have as they're falling down into that water. Then he describes it as Gandalf the White. He's like, I fought him through the darkness, through the tunnels, through the water, all the way to the top of Mount Khazad-dûm, and then I smote his ruin upon the mountainside. Remember that? What do you think that means? If you look that up, smote his ruin, that was like Elizabethan code for blew his fucking balls off, dude. Like, sucked his dick real good. That's how they used to say, I smote his ruin, because they couldn't just come out and say it back in the day. Just coded language everywhere, man. Coded language everywhere in there, bro. Radio's all but obsolete, yeah. I mean, Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the Gay. I mean, come on, super close, right? Frodo, homo. I'm just saying. Gimli, flimsy. Legolas, Fagolas, Aragorn, gay porn. You think all of this is just coincidence? Because it just piles up. Balsrog, yeah. The Sackville Bagginses, bro. The Sackville Bagginses is in that book, and you're gonna try and tell me that's not a gay-ass book. The Sackville Bagginses. Can I tell you guys something, man? Share the load, right? Share the load. And if you look at the storyline, too, it's not just the shit in it. The storyline is about a gay couple literally facing death at the hands of the authoritarian government for what they are. Everybody on the planet is hunting them. The kingdoms of men want to use them as a fucking virtue signal. And the dark, disgusting kingdom of fucking Sauron wants to destroy them for what they are. Because their open, flagrant man-man love is too much for Middle-earth. And so they are forced. Why do you think the rest of the Fellowship kicks them out? Because they're too open with it. They're like, we have to leave. And they're like, please don't leave. And then he's like, you know why I must. You know why I must. And who goes with him? Of course, Sam. I'll never let you go, Mr. Frodo. Right? And then their little fucking gimp boy, Smeagle, joins. Right? And it's fucking three-way man love for the rest of the movie. they have to come to grips with the fact that a poly relationship isn't the type of thing that they're both looking for. That's the whole Smeagle thing. That's why Smeagle tries to break them up when they're climbing up the rock, remember?
Look, he ate all the limbus.
You remember that?
The fat one ate it all.
You know, he breaks them up because, you know, like, let's be real. Smeagol's in way better shape, dude. That pussy's probably way tighter. And so, like, Frodo gets, like, hypnotized by the bussy. He breaks up with the one that really loves him, and then what happens, dude? Fucking Smeagol betrays him immediately. Smeagol backstabs him. Turns out Smeagol was a piece of shit. Sam doesn't give up, though. He comes back, and even though fucking Frodo gave him the ultimate diss, brushed him off for the younger bussy, he still loves him.
Give it to us. And
I mean, come on. Yeah, the ring that they have to fucking bear is gay marriage, right? They're taking it to the fucking forge. They're throwing the old ways in the forge and forging a new relationship together. They destroy the authoritarian government with the power of their love and their love only, sacrificing the evil third wheel in their relationship along the way. They're saved. They're together forevermore. You see? It's gay as fuck, guys. Okay? Okay, there's a tavern called the Prancing Pony. Okay? I'm not fucking making things up, okay? There's a character in the books called Tom Bombadil who wears yellow boots. He has a feather in his cap, okay? He's gay. He's homosexuality. He's the first taste of homosexuality that the Fellowship, like open, flagrant homosexuality that the Fellowship is exposed to. It's him that inspires Frodo and Sam to proclaim their love openly. Tom Bombadildo. Tom Bombadildo, bro. Come on. Did you ever see your career coming to this? Bro, somebody's got to say it. 'Cause I don't ever hear anybody saying this shit. They'll point out things that are obviously gay, like Frodo and Sam, but they never like go like, well, everything in this movie is kind of gay. I'm the one. Okay, people go like, oh, okay, Aragorn going and recruiting all the dead pirates and shit from that evil cave. It's like those dudes are all pent up and he releases them. You know what I mean? They had to like cuck themselves for hundreds of years and wait till the king came and gave them fucking. You remember that ghost when he's like, I free you of your bonds as long as you join me now. And you remember the king? He's like, ah. What do you think that was? I free you from your bond? Come on, bud. He had them all cock caged. They were all like fucking in chastity cages all these years, bro. They're gay as fuck in there, but they could never get off. And then he fucking releases their bonds. They're not bonded. They're not wearing chains that you can see. See, people don't think about this shit, man. People never think about this shit. People just take everything at face value, man. They got no analysis. Do you know anal is in the word analysis? Another gay thing. You've convinced me. Lord of the Rings made me gay. I'm gonna start rewatching Harry Potter to reverse the effect. Harry Potter is gay as fuck too, bro. I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be that guy, bro. But maybe that's for another night. Maybe we'll go through how gay Harry Potter is another night, because I don't think I can hang anymore. It's still way too like sweaty out here, so I gotta go. But think about it. Go watch Lord of the Rings and tell me it's not gay. Find one non-gay thing, because I'd like to hear about it next time. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, 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 bye.